How you going? This is Marcus from the Australian band Star Crazy, and when we're not making sweet, sweet music, we're listening to Robert and Kevin on the InObscuria podcast. It rocks, man. Check it out!
InObscuria!
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. My name is Kevin Williams. That guy over there giving the salute, Robert Harrison.
One finger salute.
Okay, sure.
It's going to be a weird vibe today because it's that afternoon vibe versus nighttime vibe when we normally record.
Yeah, it's an off day for us here.
Yeah, it's like... I don't know what the material is going to be like, but it seems like it needs to be like acoustic, reggae, something like that.
No, there's no way that's correct.
I'm sorry, I was trying to impress you.
Oh.
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No. This is why I don't do the content.
But
yeah.
it does...
even though I'm Captain Content, I don't do it.
To prove that this is real and that you don't know, it will have the word off in it.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that's my kind of favorite music.
Fuck off music.
Fuck off music. Get away.
Well, what's going on, man? What's happening with you? What do the people need to know about Captain Content's life right now?
Well, it's been a short week since our last episode, so it hasn't been that many shenanigans, but I did wake up yesterday and drive to Alabama to purchase 2 engines for a race car and then drove back.
Oh, okay. Well, we haven't had an update on the racing.
Well, yeah, we were in the planning phases, and now we're in the buying stuff phases, and then we'll be in the tearing apart phase and the building phase. So we've got a car. It's about an hour and a half south of Atlanta. We have to go get that in a couple of weeks. And then the engines were available, and so I volunteered to go get them, and that gets me out of some work. So you see what I'm going. If I do the logistics part,
I see. Yeah.
I don't have to actually do as much hands-on work, and I just drive them.
Who are you who are so wise in the ways of science? My liege.
But yeah, I've got to, put in my sweat equity. So I figured
you're the transporter.
Driving to Alabama, I do that all the time. So no big deal. I've got a truck. So yeah, Dio and I drove to Alabama. We're talking deep Alabama. We're not talking about fashionable Alabama where I have relatives.
It's so fashionable.
Yeah, it's South Alabama. There's some towns in there that I can't afford to live. It's nice, really nice.
Yeah, along the coast.
Where my family lives now. I'm not from there, but that's where they've immigrated to. But we went to the old school Alabama that everybody else in the world thinks of, and it did not disappoint. This guy that we pulled up in front of his house, he had 6 cars in his driveway. One of them worked. In his carport.
When you say driveway, was it really a
broken up driveway? Yeah,
okay.
There was some concrete.
Oh, there was some concrete.
And some of the cars were not fully on the driveway.
Was it a trailer?
He had a trailer.
No,
he had a trailer, but it was a house, but it was a rundown house. In his carport, I counted 9 engines. And so this guy was
just sitting out.
His hobby was stock car racing, but like the dirt track stock car racing. There's nothing more redneck. Even like monster truck racing, that's high dollar. Dirt track racing, I thought, okay, yeah, you get a car for a couple of grand. This guy looks like he is on food stamps, poor, and tells me, yeah, I got about $15,000 into this engine that he's currently racing. I'm like, your kids look like they're starving and barefoot and dirty.
His priorities are
your house
maybe not
is
on the
falling
right
apart. Yeah, but then I looked around. He fit right in. The neighborhood was all like that. It wasn't like he was that one guy on the street.
Just the way it is.
It was a status symbol to have 5 non-running vehicles in his driveway. He was up there as far as the redneck hierarchy. So yeah, it was educational.
But they call them vehicles.
Vehicles.
Yes.
I got 3 vehicles out there yonder, over there, a fur piece down yonder. Yeah, this dude's like 280 pounds, but not your typical, what you think of as a redneck. You think of like cut off shorts. No, he had like tats and couple of piercings and, rough looking dude. I rolled up and I was like, let me just make sure they know what address I went to just in case you never hear from me again.
Right.
I just sent a quick message.
Check in. Do a quick check in.
So our friend Cindy, who was just over here, she texts me the address of where she's going when she buys things from Facebook Marketplace, just to be on the safe side. So I texted her. I'm like, you never hear from me again, here's the address to come look, because it was sketchy as hell.
And then you heard chung chung.
Uncle Daddy. Oh, crap. But anyway, it was interesting. And came back and one of the engines fell over and dumped 4 quarts of the nastiest motor oil in the back of my truck. So, yeah, I got
lovely.
That's on my list of things to do is to go clean that.
Well, it's raining outside. So
I'm letting
well,
nature
then water
take care of that.
sort of mixes.
That's it. That was the extent of my exciting weekend.
Okay.
How about yours?
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that? Good.
No,
yeah, nobody else needs to do what I do.
Normal family stuff.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah, nothing to talk about. Although I am getting ready to go to the beach. So if you want me to do a solo episode, because it's going to be chilly out there, so I could sit outside and do a chilly beach episode again.
It's going to be...
Everybody loves it.
It'll be 59 degrees. It's not going to be... Come on now. You're talking to me now. You can't get that. All right. So you're going to be sitting at the beach this week. It's going to be rainy and crappy here. Yeah. Can we do it just, can we do what do you call it, Zoom calls? Or is that what the kids call it these days?
The kids call it.
Was it Microsoft Teams?
Teams is what I use.
Can we do that? Yeah, let's just do Teams.
We could.
No, I will shoot myself. I've done,
or we could just wait till
I think
next
I've done 3 Zoom calls in my lifetime, and that included during the pandemic. So I've avoided that for the most part. I don't think you want to do that because that's your life a lot of times.
Yeah, it's part of a normal everyday thing.
Every day you had to do a team meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was just the normal thing.
I don't know how y'all do that. That's crazy.
Well, after you hop on Teams and do another call, then go listen with the sound off to Pot of Thunder.
Can you mute, please? Please mute. Is everybody muted?
Is somebody listening to Pot of Thunder?
Somebody listen to Pot of Thunder. Please mute that.
Cobras and Fire. Is that Growing Up Rock? Slamfest podcast?
Okay, somebody's dog's barking.
Decibel Geek, I hear it. Sean Geek and Fast Fret podcast, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, and The Podcast Will Rock, Big Owl's Rockin' Podcast, and Doomed. Forget Monty.
Hey, this is Monty Colvin from Galactic Cowboys and Monty's Rockcast, and you are listening to the amazing InObscuria podcast. Rock on.
Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us, inobscuria.com. Like us, share us, Facebook, X, Instagram.
Oh, we did build a giant maze.
Well, there's something.
Huge giant maze, like
corn maze?
No, it was the rope lighting, the labyrinth type thing. My friends that do the giant labyrinth, which is a lighted maze, and you kind of walk through it, look very meditative. They come over every few months.
Where
and
was
build
this?
one right behind the firehouse in the field back there.
Oh, it's already
big
gone.
grass-
It was
yeah, they took it
temporary.
down. It was just here last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
bummer.
so they come by every 3 or 4 months and build one. We just hang out
Just
while they build
for
it.
the hell of it?
Well, they take it to festivals, and so they kind of practice here to make sure they've got enough lighting to do the particular pattern that changes every time.
Do they grid it out on
Just
paper
like
and then-
it's a sketch on paper.
Yeah.
And they somehow translate that into about a 40-yard by 40-yard square of rope lighting, like 15 bags of rope lighting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's torture to me to watch them have to untangle.
How long
all this
does that
stuff.
take?
It took them 4 to 5 hours to set it up.
And then the takedown.
Takedown's only about 2 hours, maybe 3.
Talk about pissing your money away. I hope you kids see what a silly waste of resources this was.
You worked really hard, Grandma.
So do washing machines.
Because it's a lot
Wow.
quicker. That's dedication to your
That's
art.
dedication.
Yeah, and it's gone. It's very temporary. Now at the festival, it'll be up for 3.
What are they
4
putting
days.
up poles and then wrapping the
No,
lights
it's on the
around?
it's on the ground.
Oh, on the ground.
Yeah, they lay out the
Oh.
pattern on the ground.
Oh, I see.
So it's just one of those hippie things. It's like a hippie trap. If you want to catch a bunch of hippies, just
You
put
just put
something
them in a lighted maze.
lighted maze,
That's how you catch
and they
them.
all kind of gravitate to the center,
Okay,
and they
well-
can't find their way out of it.
If anyone out there needs to know how to catch a
Yep,
hippie,
exactly.
that's how you do it.
It's like the squirrel excluders.
Now, do you have to
they
play-
get out, but they can't get in.
You have to play that rave music or whatever it is. They
It
listen
helps
to now. Okay.
if you're attracting hippies.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're attracting juggalos, you're playing whatever band that is. I don't know.
Insane
What is it?
Clown.
Insane Clown. Yeah, I just knew it was grape soda or something. Grape Fago.
Fago.
Is that it?
I don't know. I have no clue.
I think it's something like that. So yeah, if
I
it's
have no
juggalos you're
knowledge.
trying to catch,
I have no knowledge of this.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
I should have a third or fourth business and they have like wildlife extermination or excluding, I'd be like hippie and juggalo.
I can get rid of your. You got a juggalo problem? I
Yeah.
can get rid of them.
Call me.
Oh, gosh. I can't believe it. It's a double rainbow. A double rainbow with all those colors. Holy cow. Hey, it's a double rainbow.
All right. Well, before we talk about this week's theme, I think you have, but I'm assuming you've been keeping up with our favorite Mexican band of sisters. The Warning is who I'm talking about. And I think we waved the flag for these ladies for a long time.
The warning flag.
The warning flag, yes. We raised it and waved it and
ran up the flagpole.
We were supportive and we championed their music. We championed their songwriting and their talent. And we tried not to be overly creepy.
No, we did. We were very polite.
Yeah.
Grown-ass adults.
And then they go and do what they've just done to us.
Stabbed right in the back.
Just ripped us off. Obviously, they've enjoyed our music.
Yes. That's a compliment.
They've knew that we were supporting them, and so they checked out our music and went, we really love that title. We're going to rip it off. And that's what they did. They ripped us off. Their latest single is called Kerosene, and it just dropped last week.
And we have played that here probably more than once.
And I'll probably drop it in right here just to remind the people of the real Kerosene.
They're all standing there in front of me saying, they're all standing there in front of me saying, I'm gonna feel their pain, 'cause I'm going down in flames. Thought about how I've lived without feeling all the pain from the hearts I've drained. Still, it's an eye for an eye. I'm gonna pay, she said. That's why they're saving a place in hell for me. I'll have a room with a view so I can see all the times that I let them cry. Yeah, when I said it's not you, it's just me. I'm a cold-hearted son of a bitch. I won't lie.
That was definitely one of my favorite of our songs.
It was a favorite one to play live.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, so, maybe this is retaliation because we said we can't play them anymore because they've gotten way too big.
Oh, they might have heard that.
If they listen to the show, I mean, obviously they listen to the music.
We can talk about them. We just can't play them.
Exactly. And we're not being too creepy. We get a little creepy. We can't help it.
We're ogling from afar.
Exactly.
I mean, admiring, excuse me. Admiring from afar.
It's a Spanish word.
It is, yes. Oglito. A little bit of ogling.
So anyway, yeah, they stole our song, and it sounds nothing like our version.
No.
They've just completely redone it, but they did steal the title.
That's good, but not our good.
It's not our good, but that's all right. They're still trying, those kids.
Bless their hearts.
Okay, last week on our awesome, monstrous montage episode.
It was monstrous.
It was long as hell, too, because it took me forever to edit that thing.
Yeah, that was actually 4 nights of recording, you and I.
It felt like it.
We edited down to 2 hours.
Yeah, it took me 3 days to edit it. So we played 2 bands that could be considered supergroups or offshoots of other famous bands. One was a supergroup called GTR, formed by Steve Howe and Steve Hackett.
Guns N' Roses.
Something like that. And the other was an offshoot of Boston called Orion the Hunter. So I thought we should just continue down that path this week. This is going to be episode 326, Splinters and Stitches, Supergroups and Offshoots, Part 5.
I think they're both deserved of that.
So let's get into some more of these. Before we get too far, let's make sure we hear from the Ministry of Diabolica. The head seamstress, I believe, is what she calls herself.
The Ministress.
The Ministress, yes.
I am Captain
Anton.
And this is my faithful companion,
Mighty K.
Say hello.
I have a hard time believing that there'd be anybody out there that would give you a hard time about this episode or not listen to it.
Damn straight.
It's all rock and roll, bitches. Like, listen to it. You never know. You could like something. You might like at least one of these songs. I mean, what the frig? Why? I listen to a lot of your podcasts that you play music that I might not, that's not my gig, but there's always at least one song that I can get into and dig. You know, those episodes are few and far between, but I mean, even if you don't like the music per se, the camaraderie between the two of you is pure magic and worth listening to. So suck it, everybody that doesn't like this shit. Yeah, frick, I'm in the wrong motherfucking lane.
And
there she goes.
If you didn't follow what she was saying, she was lecturing other podcasters about the episode, not us. She was saying, if y'all don't like it, because we did catch some flack.
Yeah, I'm thinking she's talking to some of the people from a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
that perhaps, or maybe this episode. Maybe she's assuming that most people won't like it. She sort of said in a very polite way that she doesn't really like much of what we do. There's maybe one song each episode. That's okay.
It depends on how you interpret that. Yeah. It was backhanded.
Yeah.
I saw the back
that was
of
a
her
bless
head.
your heart. I didn't know that a New Yorker could give a bless your heart.
That was a New York bless your heart.
Oh.
That's a special bless your heart.
That's pretty special. Then.
Yeah, it is. Back of her hand. Ouch.
All right, so let's get into supergroups. These are groups whose members are already successful.
They're all super.
Perhaps they're solo artists. They're super.
Thanks for asking.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
And so they're usually known for other musical ventures, and they get together, and it always works out. It's always super sounding and super successful.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Not often.
Not always.
Not often.
We've talked about how supergroups always have that big buildup as far as the anticipation when they're announced that, hey, so-and-so.
Seems like a good idea.
They're going to be great. And it's rare to me. I'm just going to say it's rare that it really hits hard.
Kids
Usually
these days, they call it a collab.
Yeah, so there's no real supergroups. It's just they all take turns collabing with each other.
Yeah, these days it's called a collab, but very rarely do they actually collab with each other.
No, they just
like,
send
I'm
a
going to put
couple
my
of
shit on
lines,
your shit.
and then you just do that. Yeah, it's not really a group.
Yes. Back in the day, they actually tried to put them all together, but it's probably a better thing they do now. They put them together in the same room, and then it explodes, and kind of drama, and then maybe you finish the album or the song. Maybe you don't.
Maybe don't. I don't know.
Offshoots. Now, offshoots are, they could be supergroups, but usually an offshoot is a band where you've got a couple guys from the band may go off and do something else. Yeah. It may be similar, but it's not quite the same. Just like Orion the Hunter. Boston was in turmoil, kind of waiting for that third album to come out, so a couple of the guys left and they did their own thing. Orion the Hunter was what I consider an offshoot. So that's what an offshoot is. Like we're saying, it's a very fragile thing, usually, most of these.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of egos involved. And it's usually very fun for us, the listeners, to anticipate what's going to come out of it, usually be disappointed, and then have a lot of fun making fun of the drama that ensues.
And for the most part, I would say 80% of it is, that was interesting. It's cool to hear worlds collide like that in a good way, but it's rarely, man, oh my God, that is amazing. I want to go buy that.
Rarely does it exceed where they came from.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So if parts are worth more separately than they are as a whole.
Exactly.
Which most of my cars, the same way. They're worth more in pieces than altogether.
Yeah. When are you going to start working on that other car back there?
As soon as the podcast is over.
Okay. Really?
I'm serious. I've had people, my house has been like Grand Central Station today, so you're like the fourth person that's come over today. But as soon as everybody goes away and leaves me alone, I have cleaned everything that I can clean. And so I've been procrastinating for like a long time, as you know. Now there's no other excuse. It's raining. I have nothing to do. So
that car's just calling to you?
Yeah, as soon as you leave, I'm going to get out there and get on it.
All right. Well, let's get into this first band then so we can get my ass out of here. Okay, so first up, this is a supergroup known primarily for its guitar heroes. They were formed in 1983 by former Rainbow and MSG singer, not Macaulay.
Right.
Michael Schenker.
Not the Spice.
Don't get them confused.
Not the MSG.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, not the Spice either. No, former Rainbow and MSG singer Graham Bonnet and a young Swedish guitarist who had recently left the band Steeler. We're talking about Yngwie Malmsteen. So they got together.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And then this is another crazy callback to last week. It's just one of those things. It's serendipity. Gary Shea and Jimmy Waldo, they were from the band New England.
Oh, yeah.
Talked about last week. Yeah, those guys. So you got bass and keyboards. You got a guitarist, and you got Graham Bonnet, the singer. And then they called in a favor from Clive Burr, who had just left Iron Maiden. And this is the supergroup they formed.
What was Clive?
Clive Burr was the drummer.
Okay.
Before Nico.
Ah, that's right. I couldn't remember. That makes sense. I remember Nico.
I always say Nico, but it might just be Nico.
It is N-E.
It's N-I.
Oh, is it N-I?
Yeah. But everybody says Nico, but it's probably Nico, and we're saying it wrong.
In this day and age?
Who cares?
I'm going to say Nico.
Yeah, sounds better to me.
It's a safer way to pronounce that.
So, unfortunately, Clive Burr didn't understand when they asked him to join this band that, you'll need to move to the U.S. We're doing this in the U.S.
You got a passport?
Like, no, mate. I'm not moving.
Teams, Microsoft Teams.
He didn't last. Yeah, in 83, he didn't have that.
Oh,
so he didn't last but a week. So Clive Burr was out.
Mail it back and forth.
He was out, but they replaced him with another supergroup kind of guy, Iron Butterfly drummer Jan Uvina. Sure, Iron Butterfly drummer in 1983.
Yeah, he was already old by then.
I guess I don't know, but they put this band together, and they're called Alcatraz.
That's a good name.
With two Z's.
Oh, yes, because it was the 80s.
Two Z's. That's a great name.
Alcatraz.
They had a great logo. Oh, you should see this logo. And they released their debut album in 1983. It peaked at number 133 on Billboard. Yes, all right.
Like we said.
They followed it up with a live album because they went crazy for them in Japan. They went over and toured Japan and like, we're going to record this and put this out.
We're playing Budokan.
And then it happened.
I don't fucking deserve this shit. See you in Tokyo, bitch. Ask your fuck. You release the fucking fury. You release the fucking fury. Forget about it.
You've got Yngwie Malmsteen and Graham Bonnet in the same band, and they weren't really getting along on stage because they are both type A's, and they both want to be the center of attention.
They're both capital A's.
They're capital A's, and they actually came to blows on stage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get along, there better be a fist fight because that's entertaining.
Graham Bonnet used his microphone stand to punch Yngwie in the gut, and then Yngwie took a swing at Graham Bonnet on stage. Oh, I wish I had video of this.
Oh my God, you got WWE
these days. That would be all over YouTube.
500
we're talking 84.
We saw that, the death of Jane's Addiction. We all witnessed that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
same thing.
It came out right after it happened, like minutes later. That was all over the internet.
That was it.
That was crazy to watch that.
Yeah, Malmsteen quit, and he went on and he formed this band called Rising Force, his solo thing, and they did pretty well. They did all right. He got a Grammy.
After that, it's just Yngwie. He didn't really need a band after that.
It was Yngwie's Rising Force. But anyway, his rising fist going to Graham Bonnet's face. So the rest of the band, they said, well, we need to get another guitar hero. So the New England guys happened to know Frank Zappa, and they knew his wizard of the time. His name's Steve Vai. And so they invited Steve.
They didn't reach out for Frank.
No, they didn't get Frank. No, that would be another good situation, though. Going to blows with Frank.
Frank, he seems like he'd fight dirty.
Yeah. Frank Zappa was an interesting cat.
Yes.
We're going to have to do an episode at some point on Frank.
Yeah, because that is, even though his name is well known, the music is not, because that's a very niche market right there. Even I have only had limited interaction with his music because it's out there.
It is out there. We'll get to it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, they grabbed Steve Vai and they put together another album. They released their second full-length album in 1985. It's produced by Eddie Kramer. You know that name?
Did he make the Kramer guitar?
He did not, no.
Okay.
But he produced like Led Zeppelin and some other bands.
Eddie.
He worked with Hendrix at Electric Lady, and he also did that band, the other band from New York. They had the faces, that were white.
The Dolls.
No, Kiss. Yes, he's the man. Kiss Connection with a K. Eddie Kramer's the guy that gave us Alive and Alive
that's
too.
And story right there with all those bands.
Yes. So anyway, they got Eddie Kramer to do this, and they got all the way to number 145 with this one. They didn't quite do as well, even though they had a video on MTV. It got no play. And then this is 1985, so we're talking Steve Vai in 1985. He gets a call from one David Lee Roth.
Yes.
And so he's out. By 86, he's gone. And so then Alcatraz is out, their second hotshot guitarist. And they think, okay, well, let's just get some dude nobody knows.
That's when my phone rang, Kevin.
And that's when Robert Harrison joined. No.
Hello?
They got a guy named Danny Johnson. And they put out another album in 1986. And the New England guys, they were like, yeah, we're done. So then the New England guys left. And then they were just left with this splintered group.
It became Alka-Seltzer.
And then even Danny Johnson, he got a call from Eddie Van Halen, who said, hey, I'm producing this band, Private Life. They need a guitarist. Okay, I'm coming, Eddie. And so Private Life, funny enough, we've talked about this band. We've played this band before. That's the band. When my very first concert, I saw Van Halen, OU812 tour. Private Life was the band that opened.
Oh, yeah. I've never heard of them. I know we've played them, but I don't remember.
We've played them. They had a female lead singer. They were good.
Okay.
They were a good band. Very poppy, but Eddie Van Halen produced their album, and that's how he called Danny. And then because of all that, it basically just blew up, and Alcatraz was no more. But then they reunited, as all these bands do. Yeah. They reunited.
But which version reunited?
Well, this is the interesting part. So they reunited with Graham Bonnet, put together his own version of it in the 2000s. And then the New England guys come back and say, hey, let's do this for real, and let's, maybe we can get Steve to participate. And they do like these one-off things. And then at some point they splinter. And so now, today, current day, you have two versions of Alcatraz.
A la Queensryche.
A band that never really made it.
Yes.
So a supergroup that
they've
never
split their audience even more.
A supergroup splintered.
A splinter of a splinter.
Crazy. But 6 releases to date. They've released more albums with the splintered groups.
So each group has released albums. I can understand when they splinter and they just tour on their legacy. Like I said, Queensryche.
Yeah. There's another album promised this year.
Yeah. But from which one?
Oh, from the Waldo Shea version. That's what's considered the proper own the name Alcatraz.
Posers.
Bonnet has his own. It's called Bonnet with Alcatraz.
Oh, see? Of course. Yeah. See.
So anyway, they were a cool group. And most people that know this band, they know the first album because that's Yngwie's start. Right. He did Steeler, then he did this, and then he became the Yngwie that everybody knows. But I really dig the Vi album. So we're going to play something from that second album, Disturbing the Peace from 1985. This is a song called Painted Lover. It's got Steve Vai tricks all over it.
I could think about was how disjointed that song was. And this is just my opinion on that, but that's what I get paid for. There was the poppy side to it. There was the really melodic harmonies, the keyboards and things like that, which is very early 80s for a lot of bands, but it was more the AOR, the Journeys, things like that. But then Graham's voice, he's from the early 70s, but also he was trying to do more like a British Nawabum metal.
Yeah, he's definitely putting more into his more throat into it than he
the vocals
needs to.
didn't really match the music is what I'm saying. So those two things kept standing out to me, that you had this dichotomy between the wacky guitars. That was not shredding.
Yeah. No,
it was not
Steve
badass. It was bizarre and wacky.
Yeah.
Especially for that. I mean, now we expect that. We know who we're seeing when we see Steve Vai. I mean, Yngwie. But I mean, that was Steve Vai.
That was Steve Vai.
Steve Vai still, same thing. But yeah, it's in the mid 80s, that was just weird.
Yeah, so I'm a big Steve Vai fan, and Steve Vai's imprint is all over this. This was a song,
like
I guarantee you this was Steve Vai's song, because this came out in 85. If you go back to Steve Vai's very first solo album, it's called Flexible. That came out a year prior to this, and it sounds just like
this.
that. And he even has some songs where he's actually singing on it, or he gets somebody to come in and sing. But it is kind of this quirky, and that's Steve Vai. It's just very quirky, a lot of bendy, weird notes, and just things that only Steve Vai can do.
Yngwie would have been noodly diddly,
which is what you get on the first Alcatraz album.
So that's why maybe those songs didn't have, with the noodly diddly fits with Graham's voice a lot better. But this weirdness, and then the not the operatic, it was gravelly.
Yeah.
Metal.
And Graham is an interesting singer because he started off, he was more of a soul pop singer.
Yeah.
And then when he worked with Richie Blackmore to do the one Rainbow album that they did together, that's when he kind of got this, I'm going to be a hard rock guy. And he always looked like a new wave dude. He always had just short hair, and he wore sunglasses and looked like, I don't know, like you should have been in Aha or something. But
he's the one that I think the story was that Richie wanted to bring him on, and then Graham cut his hair.
Right, that's right.
Cut his hair right before the first show, and Richie was
pissed off. Yeah. Yep. And he just kept that look. That was the Graham Bonnet look.
Yeah, and Richie always hated that.
He had it all the way through the Alcatraz years. He still has it to this day. And I've actually seen Graham Bonnet. I saw MSG actually with Stephen Michael from Growing Up Rock. We went to see MSG in Atlanta at the Variety Playhouse a couple of years ago. And that was one of the Michael Schenker Fest is what they call it. And he had all of his singers. So he had Macaulay there. He had Graham Bonnet. He had all the original guys from the MSG groups. And they all sang. Doogie White was there. And it was really cool. So I did get to see Graham Bonnet. He looked the same.
Yeah. He's very much an anomaly in the sense that, he looks the same since he started in the early 70s or late 60s. And he still can sing.
Yeah, he still has that sound, but he definitely has that throat now. And he was doing it here. But my biggest thing is, I think a lot of people don't like this album. There's a reason it didn't do as well as the first one, although it's not a huge difference in success. But when people think of Alcatraz, they think of the Yngwie Malmsteen Alcatraz, and maybe even the next album where they had Danny Johnson. But because I know Vai, and because I love those first three Vai albums, this is so Steve Vai to me. I guarantee you, he's like, I got this song here. Just put some lyrics to it, and that's what. But I dig it. But I can see where you're coming from. That it is very bizarre.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that it's a bad song. It's just very different worlds combined, and that's what it was. It very different worlds crammed together.
In the first Alcatraz album, the reason that they even paired Yngwie with Graham Bonnet was because Yngwie Malmsteen, his major influence, the reason he is who he is Richie Blackmore. He loved Rainbow. He loved Deep Purple. And so the first Alcatraz sounds like a heavied up Deep Purple.
Oh, that's cool.
Or I guess a Rainbow album.
Yeah.
But
and
anyway.
I get those mixed up all the time.
Yeah. Sounds similar.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to an offshoot. And this is a band that we actually talked about during Gothtober last year on our Shock.
That seems like a long time ago.
Rocktastrophes episode. Remember that one?
Yeah,
we talked about the bands that
5 months ago.
Stuff happened and it was kind of creepy. So episode 303, if you want to go check that out. But this band originally, the band that we're going to talk about today, originally were an alternative rock band from Gainesville, Florida, founded in 1992. And they combined kind of the jangly alt-college rock of the time with the heavier side of grunge. And they released their one and only album in 1995.
Sister Hazel.
What the hell you say?
No. This came out a week after they had a major accident that killed several members of the band. I'm talking about the band Four Squirrels. And Mighty KC came out after they actually had the accident. So they never really got to enjoy that. But the surviving members would go on to form this band, which is an offshoot of Four Squirrels. And in 1997, they put out their only album that this band put out. They're called Sabrosa. And they got great reviews. They toured opening for Creed in 1997, which is a great time to open for Creed because that's when they were just getting hugely popular.
Yeah.
And it still didn't sell. They finally disbanded in 2001. They couldn't make a go of it, but it's got a little bit of a different sound from the band Four Squirrels. We've played Four Squirrels. Now we're going to play Sabrosa. From their one album that came out in 1997, it's called Never Bet the Devil Your Head. This is a song called World's Greatest Lover.
So that was a great cover of a Nirvana song. It's one of my favorite Nirvana songs.
Which is exactly who they were trying to mimic.
Yeah, and as we've discussed, there was a period of time when that was a good thing. And then Nirvana disappeared and things changed. And at around 97, 98, the scene was different, and there's a lot of other bands kind of taking the spotlight, so that kind of music was not as popular. And if Courtney had not shoved a 12 gauge up, Kurt's nose.
Allegedly,
had not done that, and Kurt was still around, I could see him covering this just like they did the Meat Puppets. And who knows, this could have made them a lot of money, but things worked out the way they did. And it's a good song, but unfortunately it sounds just like a Nirvana song, and it was wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, to your point, 1997. I mean, they're touring with Creed.
Yeah, that's very different.
And
we got the hee-haw,
and this doesn't have the yarling.
Yeah.
This didn't have any yarling, and it didn't have the commercial appeal that perhaps, the other things that were happening around that time. It was definitely more commercial sounding alternative music at that time.
Just about 3 years too late.
With good reason that happened. They had some things happen and they couldn't get back to it. And this is probably stuff that would have gone over well in 94 or 95, but they didn't have that opportunity. All right. So next up, I'm going to do a newer supergroup. And this is a group that we've actually played twice on the show, but they just released their brand new album. Mighty K even reached out to us about this. It's so good. You know how good it is? So good.
That's really good.
It's good.
Wow.
That's how good it is.
The kids must like it then.
The kids like it. It features Robin McCauley. We were just talking about MSG.
That's right.
Robin McCauley singing on this. You have guitarist Reb Beach, who was with Winger and Whitesnake. You have bass player Jeff Pilson.
God, I always forget he was in Whitesnake. That's so weird to think about that now.
Reb Beach and Whitesnake. Yeah. Yeah, he was in Whitesnake for quite a while, actually. Jeff Pilson is the bass player. He's been in Foreigner forever, but he was the guy in Dokken. He was in Dio for a short amount of time. And the drummer's Matt Starr, who was Ace's drummer. Ace, you know who that guy is, right? Or was. I guess you know who that guy was.
Ace Frehley.
I think it's Free.
Is it like two E's, but it's one E?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, he got
No, that's not right. It's Ace Frehley from Kiss. Your second Kiss connection already. I'm running out of voice.
Breathe, Kevin.
Can you breathe it? Can you believe it? Yes, Matt Starr is the drummer. He also drummed for a bunch of other groups, including Mr. Big.
But,
but we'll take
that
Ace.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. So they've had 3 albums, this band. They're called Black Swan. And in 2020, I featured them, I believe, on a Black Friday episode where we played them. And then their second release came out, and I featured them as one of my bands of the year on my solo episode. And just a few weeks ago, we got album number 3, and it's just so damn good that I'm going to play another song from this band. The name of the album is Paralyzed. It's out right now, and I'm going to play the song The Fire and the Flame.
When it all began
Yes, I know when we go, borrowed time, let us know. An open door, no way back, for all of them gone before. I'm the fire and the flame, the healer and the pain. I'm the desert and the sky, one and the same. I'm the fire and the flame, but do you know my name? Oh, the fire and the flame, the fire and the
Yeah. First of all, you knew I would like the song because of the subject matter.
Exactly. I picked it just for you.
Near and dear to my heart. Heartburn. The Fire and the Flame. Of course, you know I'd like that. But the song sounded like these guys got together and wrote a song like you're supposed to. Whereas the first song, it sounded like people brought pieces of a song and assembled it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it never really had the blend of a good, well-written song like this one. Second of all, remind me, who was the singer?
The first one?
No, this song.
Oh, it's Robin McCauley.
Yeah. So his voice, he's got a really amazing range to it, but he can dial up and down the raspiness. And I kind of like that to give a little bit of variety so he can get the high notes without getting too screechy.
He has such a unique voice.
Yeah.
He's my favorite MSG singer. He's damn good. He is 73 years old and still killing it with his voice like that.
You know what that means?
What's that?
We're old.
Probably means he has a young woman too.
Double damn it. I mean, I'm the same way.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking out of
But
my
when
ass.
he has younger women, you're like, cool. And when I date younger women, you're like, Robert,
Creepy.
seriously? We got to have a talk. Yeah, he never gets a talk. I get the talk every time. Never mind. But yeah, that feels just like a really good, well-written song. I like that.
The whole album is
And what year was
fantastic.
What the hell did you just say?
It just came out.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it just came out. And
that is the better part of the 80s right there.
I know. And it's the third album and they're all this strong.
And okay, so I said that about his voice, and I didn't realize it was current.
Yeah, current. He's 73 years old.
I was thinking that was back in the day.
No, it just came
wow.
out.
Okay, I'm even more impressed now.
We're going to have to rewind. You missed the whole talking about when it came out.
One detail. Okay, two.
One detail.
Two, the singer and the date. Yeah.
Maybe five.
I heard it, but it didn't register. You know that. Has to register.
Yeah. This band, great. They're on our banner right there, right above Triumph, right beside the gems.
Do you only play bands that are right next to you?
Apparently.
Yeah, because
that's what I've been doing lately.
You just keep pointing.
Let me see the next. No, the next band's not on
You got to branch out over on my side of the banner, Kevin. There's all these great bands over here, like Phillips 76.
Urge Overkill.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They kind of plagiarized a gas station.
Well,
sign.
it's a good logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, play some songs over here, man.
Okay. Well, the next band's not on it. I can guarantee. Okay. Well, some of the members, because it's a supergroup. So yeah, some of the bands are on it. I'll point them out.
Okay.
Okay, moving on then. So next up, a supergroup of Japanese visual Kei artists. Oh, you're going to love this one. Formed in 2022 by Yoshiki from X Japan, who are right down there, your feet somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's way down there. We need a bigger wall.
Yes, formed by Yoshiki from X Japan, Hyde from a band called Larkensil, and a band called Vamps, Shigizo from X Japan, and Lunacy, who Lunacy is right there next to you, right there, above the N in InObscuria. Lunacy, right above the N in InObscuria.
Oh, it's Luna.
Luna C.
C, yeah.
Yes. And Miyabi, who's not on here. But yes, these are all very famous Japanese visual Kei bands. These artists all got together in 2022 and said, hey, we should do a supergroup again. Because they tried in 2007 and it didn't go very long. They called that band Skin, but it didn't last very long. And so they tried it again in 2022.
Because that's what you do. When it doesn't work, you just keep trying the same
do it
thing.
Again. Yeah. Just do it again. So in 2022, they said, we're going to call this band The Last Rock Stars. And that's the name of the band.
Just hold your wad there, fella.
They put out a single in 2022.
That sounds like a movie that would have been made 25, 30 years ago.
Nope, 2022 for this one.
Okay.
And they announced some shows in Japan and the U.S., just, a few shows here and there. And then they put out their first single, and they said, well, we're going to call the single The Last Rock Stars. So single and the band name the same, makes it simple for people.
Bad Company with Bad Company from Bad Company.
Exactly right. Why do anything else?
Why think?
Yeah, don't have to think about it. So here's Yoshiki's statement. Here's the purpose of the band, and I want you to remember this. Remember this one, okay? He says the purpose of this band is to preserve the spirit of rock music, because he said that music has been overtaken by modern music of pop and hip-hop.
Amen. Amen.
That's what he says.
You, me, and Billy Corrigan.
That's what he says.
He
Now,
says that.
Remember that statement when we hear the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
To preserve the sanctity of the American rock.
Well, they're Japanese, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Okay, so
still American.
In early 2023, they sold out shows in Tokyo, New York, and Los Angeles. People love these guys. And they released a second single in August. So they've got 2 singles out, and then they promised there's going to be more shows and more songs, and it never happened. To this day, it never happened. And in November of 2024, Miyavi said, I'm out. But they weren't even around.
It doesn't have the same impact when you haven't been around. Hey guys, I quit.
Yeah, remember those shows that we were supposed to have in 2023? We didn't do them anyway, so it's not really a thing.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever.
So, anyway, Miyavi, if you need to know anything about this guy, he was in a more recent movie, I believe, with this name. Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a Netflix movie or something came out with Jason Momoa, and Miyavi's the bad guy.
And Momoa's the good guy.
Momoa's the good guy.
He plays a pretty good bad guy.
No, he's the good guy in this one. But
Poseidon,
I think it's called The
like
Wrecking Crew. So if you want to go watch The Wrecking Crew, that's Miyavi. He's the bad guy, Yakuza, Japanese mobster guy.
Yeah, it's mafia stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what he's doing now. This band, 2 singles, a couple of shows, sold out. Hey, they did all right. I'm not sure if they, preserved the spirit of rock music or not. I'm not sure if they accomplished their goal.
I'll be the judge of that.
But here's the song. And remember, Yoshiki is a composer, so you're going to hear some piano at the front of this. Just like X Japan, you're going to get those highs and lows. But here we go. The Last Rock Stars with the song The Last Rock Stars from, well, it's not from anything. It's a single, 2022.
We are the rock stars. like a king, you feel so jaded. Let the beauty of love, beauty of red roses to touch, softer than rain, harder than pain. Don't be afraid and trust your secret. We're here to reign. Life is so vain. We got a fame to fly across the world. I'll make you fly. I'll make you cry. I'll make you feel your dragons to fly. I'll make you fly. I'll make you cry. I'll make you fly. Feel the beauty of life, beauty of sky, beauty of real dragons to fly. I'm ready to dive, ready to fly high. I'll make you fly, I'll make you cry, I'll make you feel your dragons to fly. I'll make you fly, I'll make you cry, I'll make you fly. Feel the beauty of life, beauty of sky, beauty of real dragons to fly. I'm ready to dive, ready to fly high. We are the rock stars. The fucking rock stars.
So the piano parts that you warned me about were actually my favorite parts of the song, and then everything else was my least favorite part of the song. It was very polarizing.
Hated it.
Yeah.
It was very whiplashy.
Yeah. Did they preserve the spirit of rock music to get you out of pop and hip hop?
Nah.
I'm going to say they failed.
No.
They produced this thing
Niet.
like a pop and hip hop song.
All of my senses were assaulted.
Yeah.
Assault and battery on all 6 of my senses.
And these are all dudes that I love, but man,
that's horrible.
It was bad.
That was bad.
Really bad. And typically
Shame.
it did have the visual K kind of thing where it's very emotional and you had these highs and these lows and light and dark, but it just didn't come together. This is an instance of these guys shouldn't all be together
in the same room.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell they were trying to do, but that is not preserving the spirit of rock music.
And that's why bands aren't just about talent. It's about the synchronicity of, the personalities in the room, that everybody feeds off each other, and the blend of it. It's not just, let's get 3 or 4 really talented guys in the same room. And that's why it's so hard to have a successful band, because nobody can just form. Well, I mean, you can. There are, Backstreet Boys and things like that where you can kind of make it up out of nowhere. But as far as like rock bands,
but that's how
it's harder to just force it.
That's how this was produced, though. It was produced like a boy band. It was produced like these guys may not have even played on it.
Oh yeah, who knows what was going on the mixing board?
It didn't sound like Yoshiki's drumming. That definitely was him playing piano, but it didn't even sound like his drumming. It didn't sound like. I mean, Miyavi is an amazing guitarist, and he plays a lot of acoustic. Like, where was that?
Yeah,
and they only put out 2 singles.
The very melodic piano parts were very beautiful.
Oh yeah,
that's
what
sucked.
Yoshiki does, but the rest of it just sucked.
Is
man.
the same Yoshiki that was battling the Pink Robots?
No.
Flaming Lips wrote about him.
Yeah, Flaming Lips. That was an album.
Oh, okay.
No, this is the guy from X Japan, the composer and drummer from X Japan. And yeah, it was very disappointing. I purchased this single because I'm like, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love it. I got it and I was like,
This is similar to when U2 went poppy and electronic-y and they lost me, and I think you're the same way. When they went, whatever the name of that album was, Zooropa, yeah. God,
I actually kind of like that album, but
what the hell you say?
I know most people don't, but yeah, it grew on me.
Genuinely, U2. Give me the guitar-driven U2 anytime.
Yeah, as long as he's not preaching, I'm cool with U2. As soon as he starts preaching, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
Well, the new one is obviously very political. It was written with that in mind, but it's not bad. They went back to some kind of rock and sound to it, so I'm kind of good with it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but
a little preachy.
But like I said, at this point, you know what you're getting. It's not like it's a surprise that they're being political.
It's just it's the multimillionaire preaching to me. It's like,
no, that is true. When they were a young, starving band, power to the people, fuck the government. And then you got this guy that's worth $11 billion.
Yeah, exactly. So I call that a definite fail of a supergroup, the Last Rock Stars. There's a reason they didn't have an album, and I think a reason they didn't go forward. Although I'm sure seeing them live would have been cool.
They're still sitting in the corner thinking about what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still in
stay
timeout.
there.
Stay.
Yeah.
Think about what you did there.
Okay, so let's see if we can regroup and try with this next one. So this next one is a hard rock supergroup formed in early 2006 by a guy named Billy Morrison, and he does the vocals and plays guitar. He is the touring guitarist, or was the touring guitarist. I don't know if he's still with Billy Idol, but he was the other guitarist in the Billy Idol
with
band.
Steve Stevenson.
Yeah, and then he's also the second guitarist in the Cult. I don't think he does that anymore, but he might be doing the Billy gig still. But he put this together, and he got his buddies. So he got Billy Duffy from the Cult on lead guitar. He got Ricky Warwick on rhythm guitar. Ricky Warwick he was in the newer version of Thin Lizzy.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Star Riders. They got a guy named Brett Scallions. He's the bass player from Fuel. So they got the guy from Fuel in here, and Matt Sorum on drums. So Guns N' Roses, The Cult, Velvet Revolver. And
God, I'm thinking, hey, Fuel, that's one of those
new bands from the 90s.
I said it and immediately did the math. I'm like, shut up, man. Damn it.
New bands. It's the band that rewrote the Elton John song.
Well, you're talking about Billy Idol, Thin Lizzy, and then you say Fuel. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a newer band. Oh, no.
So they released their one and only album in 2007. They recorded at Matt Sorum's studio, and it features Billy Duffy's fiance at the time on the front and back cover. You might want to go check it out.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
If I just come across it someday,
if you want to look at it.
You are a sexist pig, Kevin.
And they put out a single called Loaded, and that was featured on Sirius Octane Station. And it did well there. And it also did okay on terrestrial radio, and it reached Billboard Top 20 hard rock chart. So it did pretty well, but they only had the one album. And then they got asked to do the rotating slot at the Ozfest in 2007, but they had to drop out because two of the guys' wives were pregnant and giving birth, and their wives were like, get your ass home. I get it.
Do they not know how babies are made? Is that the problem? Like, hey, I got this tour. Let's time this.
Yeah.
Here's some pills. We can postpone this till we're done with the tour. Nope.
Yeah. So
good old Catholics.
They didn't get to do it as this group. Now, he did go out. He rotated musicians, so it kind of wasn't the supergroup that it once was, because when he did try to go out with his band, and they're called Circus Diablo, great name.
Yeah.
But when he went out with them, it was with other guys, not the Billy Duffys or the Ricky Warwicks.
Yeah, those are brand names.
So, yeah. So it lost a little steam. And apparently they're still together. I'm doing air quotes here. Apparently they're still together, but they haven't done anything in years, and they only have this one album, but it's really good. So I'm going to play from the Circus Diablo album, self-titled album, and I'm going to play this song, Mad Parade. Let's see if we can get back on track here with a band who delivers.
Shelf, and it's true that the two of us have never seen eye to eye. Taking care of yourself, and it's crystal clear, my dear, to one of a kind. Now I'm back on the rack with a hook in my back. I got time for a last goodbye. Like a pyromaniac, you kiss the match and watch the flames get higher. Day. So you think I'll let you entertain
You know, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Okay, so that was well worth the listen. The guitars on that were, in my opinion, too short. I would love to hear some more of those leads. It was great. It had a little bit of a snarl to the vocals, kind of a harder version of the Stroke Stripes High Vines type vibe to it. So yeah, that was good.
He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
There's not much that Billy Duffy does that I don't care for.
Yeah.
Like, he always delivers.
It was real simple. It was straightforward. It wasn't like over the top in any way, shape, or form, but it's all just good.
It's always
a good blend.
good. Yep. And I did show you the album cover while we were listening.
Yeah.
And
very wholesome.
Very
family friendly.
Very yummy tummy.
Yummy tummy. A lot of sit-ups. Not a lot of cheeseburgers on that album cover. Let me just say that.
God, you guys are such pervs.
And this reminds me of where Velvet Revolver were actually headed. It sounds very Velvet Revolver, and his voice almost sounds
it's a little like
his voice.
A little
Wylandish to it. But I wish Velvet Revolver would have done more than just the two albums.
God,
I think they would have evolved to become this really big band.
Damn it.
But, somebody just couldn't stop.
Needle in their arms.
Yeah.
Idiots.
It happens. But this band was great. I just, they got to the point where these guys all had other projects. They all have other bands that are paying the bills, and this wasn't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a fun project, and that's what a lot of these supergroups are. It's just guys that get together to try it out to see if it works or not. The last one was a case where it didn't work so well. This one is where it worked really well, but they just can't sustain it.
Life happens.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part of these groups, supergroup or splinter, whatever kind of group you're talking about. It's people that already have commitments, and it's tough to keep them going.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they put this thing together knowing that this was just a fun project, something they were going to do. And could it have gone further? Probably, but it just didn't happen. It wasn't in the cards.
They had guaranteed income from other sources.
Exactly right. Once you're established with your thing,
and you have a mortgage,
that's going to pay your bills.
6 car payments and insurance and all that. Yeah, you're going to go to the big stuff.
All right, so I'm going to take you back to 1995 with this next one.
Oh, that was a good. That's the year I moved to Atlanta.
Okay,
it was a good year.
Now, do you remember? Probably not. Do you remember a No Doubt video that was out at that time called "Don't Speak"?
Well, I remember the song.
Remember the song?
Was it like a live video?
No, it was it had a storyline to it. That's why
I know the story, but I don't remember the video.
Okay,
it was between her and the guitar player.
The song itself is about her and the bass player.
The bass player.
Tony.
Bass player. Yeah.
They were a couple, and then
they split up.
Then they weren't, and they were still in a band together. That's weird. That's weird. Oh yeah,
dumbass.
What a dumbass!
God. I would have worked a little bit harder to keep that going.
Yeah.
But you never know. I've had very beautiful girlfriends that I think you counseled me when I said, "Yeah, we're going to break up," and you're like, "Really? No, man, don't." I think I had a couple of people tell me, "Are you serious?
Really? Are you sure?"
And I was like, "No, I'm out."
You sure about this decision?
Yeah, you sure? But in that case,
well, usually you have psychos, so or they have psycho moments with you.
Yeah,
and then somehow they get over that, and then they have normal, happy lives afterwards.
What you saying there, Kevin? Go ahead.
I've seen it happen a few times.
Just say it. Just you don't have to beat around the bush.
What do you do to these people?
Well, it all started.
All right,
anyway, that's not what people are here for.
So the video of "Don't Shoot."
What the hell you say?
Don't
shoot.
Please.
Wow.
Some of my relationships came to that.
Sorry,
you know that.
Sorry, that was the other video.
You've seen some of my breakups.
Don't speak. I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't speak. Yeah.
Don't speak. So yes, the song is
Shut
about
the hell up.
Song is about them, but they made the video about her and the band. And so what they did was they took all these instances of where they were at a photo shoot, and the photographer's like, "Okay, band, you go further into the background, and it's just Gwen."
And that's probably autobiographical.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Yes,
and so it basically, the whole video is about the invisible band, about it just focusing on Gwen.
Autobiographical. Sorry, it took me 20 seconds to get that right. I know, but it took me 20 seconds to get to the right word. Sorry.
We all knew.
Autobiographical.
We
yes.
all knew.
Gwen, just stand right there. Everybody else, can you move to the left a little bit more and keep going? Yeah, thank you.
So it's all about the tension between the focusing on the very attractive lead singer who they want to make the star, and the band just getting smaller and smaller in the video.
We never had that problem.
We did not. We did not have that problem.
They just always told us to turn around. Just
you were a sexy bitch, but we did not have that problem.
No.
But so just that was how the video went.
Okay, now I remember.
And then it's sort of how their career went because Gwen got really big on her own, and No Doubt's just sort of whenever she wants to do it.
Yeah, she calls them up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. So this next supergroup, song number 6, is a new American new wave band comprised of AFI singer Davey Havok and the rest of the guys in No Doubt.
Yeah. Their schedule was wide open.
Yeah, they had time, so yeah, why don't we put this band together? And they call themselves Dream Car, and it's pretty cool because as No Doubt progressed in years, they stopped kind of doing the ska thing and started focusing on a little bit more of the new wavy and pop thing that they loved that music from the 80s, I guess, and they were mixing it with everything they were doing. And this is just kind of a continuation of that with Davey Havok, who we've actually seen live before. I don't know if you remember. We saw him with his group called Black Audio. He opened for Sisters of Mercy.
Oh,
we weren't huge fans of it.
No.
It wasn't because they didn't have a band. It was just Davey and was it a DJ or something?
Something like that.
Something like that, but it wasn't very entertaining. Nah. But I like Davey as a singer, even though he has a major lisp. But you know what happens.
Super. Thanks for asking.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
But anyway, they put this band together, and they first emerged in 2016. They released their first album in 2017, and then they sort of went away because they've got other groups. And, you know, Gwen was like, hey, I want to do No Doubt again. I'm like, okay,
I'll be right there.
Right, come back.
I got my keys. Let's go.
Yeah. So they did that, and they sold out a tour. They had a really good Coachella performance, and self-album did okay, but it didn't achieve the commercial success that they had hoped. So yeah, that's why they went back to their day jobs. And then in 2024, she was doing something again. You know, she didn't need the guys. And they're like, hey, Davey, hey, you want to do this again? So yeah, they put out another EP in 2024. They came back out as Dream Car again, and they did some shows. And then I just saw that AFI are on tour right now. So Davey's got a gig again.
Yeah. Once again, go with the one that
and
guarantee.
AFI, you may want to check. Their latest album is an all-goth album. It's the first all-goth album that they've put out. So we probably should check that out. Okay. Maybe later in the year.
We got a few months to prepare.
I don't know if they fit our
genre
or I don't know if they fit our credentials that we have, but we'll see. And then I just saw, I'm like, wonder what those other guys are doing. I just saw that No Doubt have sold out 18 nights at the Sphere in Las Vegas in May and June.
That's a paycheck right there.
So yeah, they're not doing this anymore now. They're doing No Doubt this year.
They're making those 401k contributions.
But that's pretty damn cool, actually.
Yeah, 18 nights. Yeah,
18 nights at the Sphere.
And what are tickets? Are tickets still like $2,000 to go there?
I don't know if it would be that much for them, but it's expensive. I saw that Metallica just announced they're doing the Sphere. I can't imagine how much the tickets are. We went to U2, so I did see that. And it was expensive. It was way expensive. So it's fun. It's cool. It's, you know, if you've got...
It's a destination.
If you want to spend the money, it's fun. But yeah, so that's, you know, that's where these guys are now. But let's go back to 2024, you know, 2 years ago, and Dream Car put out this EP, and let's hear what We Rats sounds like.
Though unholy, we are sacred.
I'd actually like to listen to that again because it was by the end of it, I was really starting to get into it. It had the 80s kind of alternative vibe to it, which is a nice palate cleanser from the 80s metal vibe that we talk about a lot. And also, I have to admit that I've only ever heard one AFI song.
Oh, really?
And I kind of like the song up until the point where he has a temper tantrum.
Right.
And he has that, and because at that time in the aughts, we've talked about how it was a very popular thing, and not just pop songs, but rock songs to all have this guttural scream, I'm about to break. And
right.
Everybody, it was so fucking cliche that every time I heard it, was very formulaic. And every time I heard it, I instantly just
tuned out
the rest of the song.
Yeah.
So that AFI song,
and I'm done.
If you take that out of the song, it's like, it's not bad, but without that now, I was able to say, hey, this guy's got a great voice, and I can already hear where it would be a good blend with some gothy music. So there's a lot going on that I'm going to look forward to listening to this when it comes out.
You should check out AFI because they started off as a sort of horror punk band.
Interesting.
So they were kind of like misfitsy kind of music, and then they evolved to being the emo darlings.
Yeah.
And they only did that for an album or two, and then they started getting more new wavy.
Okay.
Even into the AFI stuff.
Let me go check that out because
and then they got gothy.
That's why it was interesting because all of a sudden I was like, I got to give these guys a break. And not just them, the music itself, I couldn't tell that was No Doubt.
No, not at all.
It just sounded like a band.
But it sounded like it could have been a thing in 1986 or 87.
And that's probably why, Gwen did well on her own because what people liked in No Doubt was mostly her.
Well, she's definitely the face. She's got a great voice, and she's definitely the face of the band.
Great abs.
Yeah, the woman is very fit. She's 56 years old, and she still looks amazing.
Yeah, I should learn from that. Cheeseburgers. Way too many cheeseburgers.
But cheeseburgers are good.
They are so damn good.
So I had one on Friday. I haven't had a cheeseburger in forever. I was like, oh, it's so good.
Of all things, I did too. So across the street, I walked across. Dio and I go for our evening walk. And our walk takes us past through our downtown area, the beer market. And so they had a pop-up where guys just set up a table and were grilling hamburgers, but it was gourmet. So it was
just like right there on the
Gruyere
corner.
cheese, homemade pickles. And so we went for a walk, and on the way, I'd smelled it on the way past. And by the time I came back, I'm like, damn it. $15 hamburger later, and it was delicious. So that later on, we went out for a second walk because I was like, that didn't count. That was not exercise.
That was a snack.
When you stop and eat a cheeseburger on your walk, there is no nutritional or educational or exercise benefits.
You're already exercising. You're working it off as you eat. So.
But yeah, it was a cheeseburger, so I had to go for 2 walks to even that out. So yes, Friday night was cheeseburger night.
I had a Marlowe's Royale with cheese.
Oh, Marlowe's is good.
Yeah.
That's a tavern here in Atlanta,
Yeah, the Royale with cheese.
That'll be the death of me. But yeah, I will eat healthy 99% of the time, but a damn cheeseburger will knock me off that wagon.
Yeah, well, Friday night. That's your cheat.
Exactly,
cheat day,
night.
right?
Well, and so is Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Maybe Thursdays also, but Wednesdays, no, I'm good. I behave on Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have a Brussels sprout.
Yes.
A single Brussels sprout.
I know you're coming over, so there's peer pressure. I'm like, you're going to see what I'm eating. So I try to make it look like I eat like this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's just when you come over.
You always have all these alternative ingredients.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally healthy, man, all week long.
But I like Dream Car. I think they're really cool. I only have the EP. I don't have the first album, but I'm thinking about getting
look into that a little bit more.
It's cool, man. And they have a very cool cover at the end of it, which we're going to probably get to down the road.
Got some good material.
Yeah. But I kind of dig that they do something a little different than No Doubt when they're not doing No Doubt.
Yeah.
Because they have to wait for her. So whatever she's up to, that's who's calling the shots in that band.
But if you know the checks you're going to get, I would be happy to take that call whenever she did.
Interestingly enough, she still, when she does her own thing, she still writes with Tony Canal. So he's still making bank.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
All of her
he
solo
gets
stuff.
Writing credits.
Yeah.
Those other poor bastards, they just get performing credits.
Yeah, they're the ones that aren't making quite as much.
Oh, my God, he is set. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
I think he even does some production.
Half of the
he's done
big
well.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hits, plural.
Hits. Yeah, I forgot how big they were. When I saw that they had sold out the Sphere, I'm like,
yeah,
I like No Doubt. I remember they had some hits, but are they that big?
But also, it's in that cycle of nostalgia.
I guess so. This is their
fans
time right now.
All have good jobs now.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, we were all broke as shit. And now we're all
old and
rolling in it.
Fat and rolling. Rolling.
I'm rolling it. I'm not fat, but, metaphorically fat, yes.
But I look back and they only have, I think they have 6 albums That's all they have.
That's it.
And they didn't get big until their third album.
Yeah, that's right. They've been around a minute.
But they had like 3 albums in a row that were really big.
God, that video with her and Bradley Cooper.
What the hell? Robert, for the love of Peter, Paul, and Mary.
From Sublime? Not Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Noel.
Bradley Noel. Shit. Bradley Cooper's the fucking...
He's going to play him in his...
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I knew it was wrong.
In his biopic, that's who's playing him.
You saw me look up as I was saying it because I knew. I was like, this is not right. But it still came out. Bradley Noel, when they're doing pure ska.
Yeah.
And she comes out and just lays down the law doing
she was on their second album.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's what No Doubt was. They were ska band.
Yeah.
And they were ska band before it was a thing again.
Yeah.
And so that's why it took them a little longer to get big.
And all she had to do was like throttle the ska back a little bit.
Yep.
And
just add a little more pop.
Add a little more pop, and it, bam, the perfect timing for
Huge.
that.
I love that album.
Yeah.
Tragic Kingdom's a great album. I checked out to see how well that sold.
Yeah.
That's a diamond album. That's crazy, man. I had no idea it did
That's
that
above
well.
platinum, right?
That is way above platinum.
Way above platinum.
Yeah.
Exponentially more.
Yeah. Diamond album.
Yeah. He's
Crazy.
fine. So her and the bass player,
They're doing
fine.
okay.
Everybody else is just, they're good.
Yeah.
They're solid.
I think they're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing fine. Okay, so getting to the last song, we made a commitment in our last episode. We said we're going to do this going forward, and I'm going to keep that.
We're going to
keep
end
our words.
early.
No, that's not what we're doing. I know you want that. We're not. Because we promised we were going to do this. So going forward, the last song on these episodes, this series, will always be with something that sits between a supergroup and an offshoot. We're talking about the charity supergroup single.
Oh, the one time.
Yes.
We Are the Worlds.
Bringing together
Yes.
musicians for a cause.
Oh, there's been so many really funny ones.
They're
Yes.
typically very cheesy.
Oh my God.
But always purposeful.
The metal ones are the worst.
Yes. So let's just talk. So if you don't know what we're talking about, We Are the World, probably the biggest one.
Everybody knows that one.
Do They Know It's Christmas, though, was huge. And for us metal people, Hearing Aid, we're stars.
Right there. When you call the brute
stars.
Hearing Aid. Old man's that are kind of partially deaf.
Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Not D.O.G.
Not D.O.G. No, he's
And
the beanbag.
he's put his head up.
He'll stretch.
Like,
We said it. No, he's just going to lick his butt.
Lick butt time.
What is that? What? I was just sitting there and you were all quiet. What are you doing?
Ronnie James Dio.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about. In the last episode, we featured one you loved. It was a band called Rock United. It was a super group of European metal musicians that banded together in 2023 to end the war in Ukraine.
And did it work?
I don't think it worked.
Nope.
I don't think it worked. But you know what? They
Year number 4.
supported
War
the cause.
in Ukraine.
Good Lord. Yeah, so that featured Dora Pesh and Guernica Mancini from the Gems and a whole bunch of
Guernica. Let's just
great
think about
voice. What a
Guernica.
voice.
What a voice.
What a voice.
Excellent, classy voice. Yes. Anyway.
Okay, so this time I searched for other 80s charity singles that perhaps I didn't know of. You know, maybe something that's not quite as big as We Are the World or Hearing Aid. And I came...
Oh, there's a Norwegian one. Is this the one?
Oh, this is where we're
Swedish
headed.
or Norwegian?
It also came out in 1985.
Yes.
And it is Swedish
Yes.
Metal Aid.
Oh, yes. This is the one. I know this one. Oh, my God. This tops Hearing Aid.
Oh, boy. This is a song called Give a Helping Hand.
Uh-huh.
And it was written by the frontman of Europe himself, Joey Tempest, a year before the final countdown dropped.
Oh,
so this is a full year. So he was big in Sweden.
Yeah.
But they weren't big elsewhere yet. But yeah, this is a full year before they exploded internationally with the final countdown. It was produced by Key Marcello, and he actually would go on to later join Europe. And so this is basically a Europe
This is
song.
how they got together, yeah.
Yeah, this is a Europe song. And this is Scandinavia's 1985 response to Band-Aid and USA for Africa, and was organized to do the same thing, raise money for the famine relief in Ethiopia. This is a massive supergroup, 120 Swedish hard rock and heavy metal musicians, most who we probably don't know.
No, they all have blonde hair. That's the funniest thing.
You watch the video, it's all blonde except for like 3 people.
120 blonde, and it's 80s.
Yes,
so
80s.
The
Huge hair. Huge hair.
Huge. That's all you see when the camera pans.
Now you have 120 musicians all standing on
A stage,
on
platform,
on a
risers,
platform, yeah, like a chorus,
like a choir, yeah.
From 29 different bands, 29 different Scandinavian bands that we probably only know a small percentage of, but they mostly only do the choir for the chorus.
Yeah.
The lead vocal parts are only Joey Tempest from Europe, this guy named Robert Ernlund from a band called Treat, Tommy Nielsen from a band called Easy Action, Joachim Lundlum from 220 Volt, who are a band that we're going to play at some point. Mm-hmm. And then you have to have a Bjorn.
Yeah,
so
Bjorn.
there's Bjorn Loden.
It's like Bubba over there, Bjorn.
Exactly.
Hey, Bjorn!
From Bedlam. And then you have a female, you have Malin Ekholm from a band called Aphrodite. And this is just...
It's just, yeah, you got
amazing. I can't wait to play this and just enjoy it. It sold 50,000 copies, which is a massive number for the Swedish market.
But look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, you have to watch
this is something
this.
you need to watch. Listen to us first. And then when we're done, then go pull up YouTube.
Or roll it while we play it. So we'll sync it up.
Two different devices. Two different devices.
All right. So
when the line roars the second time, hit play.
Okay. So here we're going to go in 3, 2, 1.
Play.
There's a girl with a little child, to them the world so wild, and now the future has turned out so insecure. Wondering why
So I wonder, back in the 80s, was blow and as popular in the Norway lands over there as it was in the States?
You think there's some cocaine going on?
Scandinavian booger sugar going on.
I want some cocaine.
You know, it'd be great, man. You know, We Are the World. They had like 50 people. We're going to have 120.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's start off really dramatic. Yeah, let's do that. Everything was, yeah, let's do that.
Well, you know, I haven't heard anything about Ethiopia since then, so I think they took care of it.
And they started writing the song, and in the middle of, they're like, just fade it out. That's good.
I'm wondering if that was a weird, maybe a single edit that I had.
Because usually there would be
I thought it'd be a little bit longer.
And then they would come back in with the chorus, and then a big finish, and it just faded out after the lead.
Yeah, I must have a single version.
Yeah, a dance mix.
A single version.
Very short attention span.
Yeah, man.
God.
Wow.
The 80s were
cheese,
very special.
The cheese on top of that is just
that would have been
the best Swedish cheese you've
most
ever
amazing
had.
fondue right there. It was melty cheese.
Wow. I will say, Joey Tempest can sing his ass
yes,
off.
that voice is amazing. The Carrie, I make fun of it, but the vocals on Carrie was, I love that whenever I hear it. It just cuts through everything else.
Yeah, not a bad band, Europe, but damn, they're cheesy.
Yeah.
It's good, though. It's good cheese.
And they've made some really good money in the past 10 years with that. I had like a resurgence even. I mean, it never went away that much. The Final Countdown was such an iconic song that they had all that marketing that kept them going through the bad years, but then it became even more popular with like 5 different commercials.
The simple little keyboard lick that Joey Tempest came up with.
Probably just out of his ass. Like,
he did. That's what he said. He just like, it's like, I just wanted something that sounded like epic.
Jangly, yeah.
But it was super simple.
God. Yes, that's... But you could tell it was just Europe with 120 other dudes hanging around.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Well, there you go.
That was a great finish.
There's a charity single for you.
Yeah.
So we will, every time we do one of these series,
we're going to play that song.
We're going to critique this one over and over.
And it deserves
just like
it.
Typo Negative at the end of the year.
I know. I'm okay with that. You know that. It's in our contract.
There are actually more of these charity singles than I thought.
No.
So I think we'll find some others that you might find interesting.
Yeah, the 80s.
Never really good. Never really good songs.
No.
But, you know, they have a purpose.
They're still awesome.
There's a reason for them.
Yeah.
So that's what I have for you. We did a little Splinters, some stitches.
It's good.
Got it all together. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
That's it. You ready to
We
go?
got the rest of the day all to ourselves.
You got to do some car work.
Yeah, I got to go do some car
All
work.
right.
Now I got another project car on its way, so I got to kind of move this one down the road before that one
Do you
shows
have to
up.
put it on the same contraption?
No, I
rotisserie?
negotiated that we're going to take it down the street to my friend's house, and he's going to keep it at his garage instead of me having another project car next to my project car.
Well, don't you want to put it in the front of your yard like the other guy?
Oh yeah, on blocks.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it would feel at home.
Yeah.
My neighbors my fancy new neighbors, they would appreciate that.
Well, you've got all that space over there. You just park it all over there.
It's my property. I can put it wherever I want to. Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, people.
See ya.
Later.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
That is overkill.
Gotcha. Shit. Welcome to my world. It's never a good time.
Damn tea.